Message goes out to Travis Hunter. Listen, Travis, I just want you to be careful, man. I said it. Be careful. Congratulations on your engagement, but man, you might have to disengage because something about this woman, man. The way she was talking to, and she was talking like she was really that chick. Listen, you love who you love. Facts. Okay, I got that. That's all logical, but something ain't right.
Ignored everyone. Imagine finding out your wife of just 2 months cheated on you with your own teammate.
And I just hope the brother wakes up and realizes what's going on before she takes half of what he's about to earn.
They got married in Tennessee, where there's no time limit for a spouse to become.
Welcome back to your daily dose of scandal and glamour. So it's done. Travis Hunter's marriage has officially crashed and burned, and the man is spiraling. But here's the wild twist. The divorce isn't even the most jaw-dropping part of this saga. Before Travis could even wrap his head around losing the woman he thought he'd grow old with, Leanna pulled a move that had everyone's jaws on the floor. Out of nowhere, she posted fresh, glossy engagement photos on Instagram. And no, these weren't sweet throwbacks of her and Travis. They were with another man, and not just any man, but one of Travis's own teammates on the Jaguars. The comments section lit up instantly with congratulations and heart emojis like nothing was wrong, while Travis was left looking like he'd just been blindsided on the field. Now the internet's asking the real questions. Was Leanna secretly running her own game with rules only she knew?
Ignored everyone. Imagine finding out your wife of just 2 months cheated on you with your own teammate. Travis Hunter went to war for his wife Leanna, defending her from all the haters and red flags. He thought it was love. He was wrong. They married without a prenup. Now, she's allegedly filing for divorce after only 8 weeks and could walk away with half of his future NFL millions. But here's the gut-wrenching twist. Rumors are swirling that she might be pregnant. And now the whole world is asking one devastating question. What if he loses everything only to find out the baby isn't even his?
Travis Hunter is cooked. NFL training camp hasn't even started yet, and she's already building her case to get that bag and get out of there. This is all-time diabolical behavior, but this is what we were warning him about from the start. He didn't listen, and now there's no sympathy from anyone. That's why the odds have been up on Stadium Live for them to break up before the season starts. Tapping before it's too late.
Did she have this lined up long before the split? And most importantly, can Travis recover from a betrayal this public and this humiliating? For anyone keeping up with the Hunter-Leanna drama, the divorce rumors have been swirling for weeks. But this feels like a bomb no one saw coming. And just to add fuel to the fire, a leaked photo of Leanna getting a little too cozy with that same teammate has been making the rounds on Reddit threads and private chat groups. The timing couldn't have been more calculated. The post hit the internet just before 7 p.m. Prime time for maximum clicks, shares, and chaos. The first picture, Leanna glowing in a fitted white silk dress, grinning like she just won the lottery.
You're a great woman. You'll know he's gonna make you great by how you suffer.
I don't do homewrecking. I'm not a side piece. I don't stand for any of those things. I support women, so I would never do that to another woman because I would never want it done to me. So I ignored them.
A smile nobody had seen from her in a long time. The second, Travis's own teammate right there on one knee holding up a ring like this was some fairy tale. And the third shot sealed it. The two of them kissing, perfectly framed so the diamond caught the light like a scene straight out of a jewelry ad. No caption, no explanation, just raw in-your-face proof that this wasn't Travis, and yet she was famously still married to him. The comment section was split between pure excitement and pure shade. Some friends were dropping sugary congratulations and wishing her the best. While others threw subtle jabs, hinting she'd escaped a toxic situation. Then there were the ones saying, we've been new, y'all just finding out, basically confirming what the gossip crowd had whispered for months. That's when it hit everyone. This wasn't some random rumor. These photos were evidence. Leanna had officially moved on and was getting engaged to another man. But here's the gut punch. Insiders say Travis found out exactly the way the rest of the world did, scrolling online. And when it hit him, he snapped. The very next morning, he stormed into the Jaguars facility late, face like stone. No smiles, no daps, no small talk. He walked straight past the cameras, straight into the locker room, and beelined for that teammate's stall. People inside swear it wasn't some quiet man-to-man chat, it was yelling. Not about if it happened, but about how long it had been going on.
You had no girl, so why y'all talking about me?
Find something else to talk about. You talk about my girl. Go talk about your girl. Go find a girl. Go find a life. Stop worrying about what I got going on. I know what I got. I know my girl. My girl been with me for 5 years. Y'all are just not starting to talk about me and just not starting to be with me. Like, come on.
Which tells you, Travis wasn't shocked it happened. He was furious about how deep the betrayal ran. No fists flew, no shoving, but the shouting was so loud, people outside the locker room froze mid-conversation. Within an hour, Travis was gone. He skipped team meetings, didn't bother suiting up for practice, and by that evening, his Instagram told the whole story. Half the roster unfollowed, including that teammate, the teammate's fiance, and even the head coach. Then came the midnight shocker. Travis went live on Instagram. No lights, hoodie pulled tight, sitting in complete silence for nearly a full minute. When he finally spoke, his voice was low but heavy. Y'all think you know people?
If we didn't get, we'll let you crash out, but from one player to the next, I ain't gonna tell you what to do, but I want you to open up your eyes, man. There's no reason why she commenting on another page, NBA with heart eyes and the money tongue out. That's your fiance. Wake up, young brother. Fiancés don't move like that. I ain't never had one of my fucking girls ever lay next to me in the same crib as me under another page, leaving heart eyes.
That was it, just 6 words, but the comment section erupted like a stadium after a game-winning touchdown. Snake emojis flooded the chat, the teammate's name spammed over and over, fans begging him to spill every detail. But Travis just stared at the screen, blinked a few times, and ended the live without saying another word. Clips started circulating within minutes, and you could see it all over his face. Red eyes, tears, a man looking completely broken, like the weight of the world just crushed him. This wasn't regular heartbreak. This was soul-cracking, once-in-a-lifetime pain, and just when people thought it couldn't get worse, boom, it did. According to insiders, Travis and Leanna, despite being exes now, are expecting a baby. No official announcement, no gender reveals, just internet whispers and screenshots of blind item gossip claiming Leanna's already a few months along. Sources say they're keeping it under wraps because their relationship has turned into a public disaster, and going public with a pregnancy now, it would set the gossip world on fire. Right now, this A-list athlete's wife is pregnant, but there's no popping champagne or baby name shopping. Why? Because his lawyer is reportedly demanding a paternity test before they move forward with the divorce, and here's where it gets even messier. Not long ago, Travis and Leanna posted a cutesy little video with the caption, "Come with us to adopt a kitty." The clip showed them walking into a shelter, laughing, and picking out a furry new addition to their family. On the surface, it looked harmless, sweet even, just 2 people sharing a tender moment. But a quick scroll down the comments told a very different story. Fans weren't buying it. They were asking if this was genuine or a carefully timed PR stunt to soften their public image and distract the blogs. One comment stood out, "She was just crying about not wanting to be in the relationship. Now they're buying a cat. Who's keeping the cat in the divorce?" That last one must have hit a nerve because Travis actually replied, "Believing that rumor is crazy, LOL." The sad truth? Travis had always defended Leanna even when the rumors got ugly. That's why this betrayal, her getting engaged to his teammate before their divorce was even final, cut so deep. It wasn't just about losing her, it was about finding out he'd been protecting someone who was already building a life with another man. And just when it seemed like the drama had reached peak chaos, it got worse, way worse, because fresh videos started resurfacing, and they proved one thing without a doubt. The red flags weren't just there, they were practically waving in Travis's face. Remember that clip from last season after the big win against the Titans? Post-game celebration, confetti falling, cameras flashing, and Leanna skips right past her own husband to wrap her arms around that teammate first. Back then, people laughed it off as team mom energy. Now, not so funny. Or take the charity gala. She didn't show up on Travis's arm like you'd expect. Instead, she arrived alone, headed straight for that teammate's table, and stayed glued there until the cameras left. Teammates noticed, fans noticed, and according to one source, a former player turned analyst, the whispers in the locker room started months ago. He claims that after practice, the teammate would hang back, always saying he was waiting on a ride. That ride almost always turned out to be her. But here's where it feels calculated. Just 2 weeks before their engagement went public, that teammate signed a multi-year extension with guaranteed money. Suddenly, Leanna's social media changed. Fewer posts with Travis, cryptic captions about new chapters, and finally choosing happiness. Now everyone's wondering, and did she wait until he secured the bag before locking in her new man? And the tea doesn't stop there. The rumors about Leanna sneaking around have been swirling for a long time. Just last year, a blind item made waves claiming the wife of an A-list athlete, obviously hinting at Travis, was calling him a cuck behind his back and trying to hook up with a much older big-name rapper. That blind item was never confirmed, but for fans, it wasn't shocking. It was validation. They were convinced this marriage was on life support long before the wedding photos faded from Instagram. It didn't take long before fans started digging up old clips and photos showing Leanna in very compromising situations. And the kicker, all of it happened while she and Travis were still dating. It was already humiliating enough that Travis had to sit online and watch all this unfold. But then it got worse, way worse. Overnight, he became the butt of every simp joke on social media. His name turned into a punchline, the go-to example in podcasts, group chats, and viral clips whenever men were being warned about how not to get played by a woman. And you know the scandal's boiling over when even Bo Wow comes out of his quiet life to give you marriage advice. In a now viral clip, he told Travis point blank to wake up and realized Leanna was using him for money and status. He wasn't just telling Travis to leave her, he was telling him to protect himself from here on out. You could hear the urgency in his voice. This wasn't playful celebrity shade, this was a straight-up intervention. But now that Leanna has openly betrayed him by hooking up with his own teammate, all those old warning videos are being reposted, shared, and clipped to make Travis look like he ignored every red flag. Then came the final straw. Leanna herself posted a TikTok that felt like a public confession. The video showed her sobbing uncontrollably while a dramatic motivational audio played in the background. No captions, no context, just raw emotion. Within hours, it racked up over 1 million views. The comment section turned into a battleground. Some people expressing concern for her mental health, others cheering her on for finally moving on. And then a loud group calling her out for sympathy farming in the middle of a scandal she created. People called it exactly what it looked like, a calculated soft launch of the divorce, dressed up to make it seem like she was the unhappy victim in her marriage to Travis. One blunt comment cut straight through the theatrics, "Why you crying? You cheated." Another didn't hold back either, "She's already running her exit plan." And the rest, just as ruthless, grilling her, demanding answers, calling out the inconsistencies. But here's the shady part. Those comments didn't last long. Leanna moved quick, deleting every criticism and leaving only the ones praising her. That's when fans started connecting the dots. Things weren't adding up, and it was starting to look like she was hiding something big. And then Travis jumped on IG Live and without even spilling every detail, confirmed what a lot of people had suspected for months. Suddenly, all the pieces fell into place. Those times, Leanna would joke that Travis wasn't her type. The cryptic posts, the mysteriously deleted DMs, the whispered late-night calls to men nobody could identify. Now, with the news swirling that Leanna might be pregnant, fans are asking the real questions. Is there any chance Travis takes her back? Or is this about to turn into an ugly fight over money? With Leanna potentially walking away with half of everything he's built? And here's where it stops being just tabloid drama and starts shaking up the league. Multiple insiders claim Travis's agent has been working the phones, exploring trade options before the season even starts. If he leaves, it's not just losing a starter. It's losing the anchor of half their defensive scheme and the teammate at the center of all this chaos. At this point, the entire locker room and even NFL players from rival teams have thrown their support behind Travis. Some have been caught liking tweets blatantly dragging the teammate, and in league culture, that's basically the closest thing to a public call-out without actually naming names. But here's where the story takes its coldest, most calculated turn yet. A local beat reporter dropped a bombshell, claiming Leanna's engagement post wasn't some spur-of-the-moment announcement. No, she allegedly timed it down to the minute, waiting until Travis was stuck at a high-profile charity event surrounded by cameras and media. The goal? So his raw, unfiltered reaction would be caught on film for the world to see. If that's true, then this wasn't just betrayal. It was a carefully staged humiliation, which leaves one burning question. Was this messy love triangle an accident, or was it planned from the very start? Did Leanna and that teammate cross the line months ago, or was this an inside job plotted from day one? Until someone inside that locker room breaks the silence, all we're left with is one haunting final image: Travis Hunter sitting alone in the dark, hoodie pulled tight, watching the woman he built a life with slide a ring onto another man's finger while the whole world watched. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to stay in the loop with all the latest. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an update, and I'll catch you in the next video.